Hey, 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 it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. So, today we are going to cover Mr. Curtis Jackson and Daphne Joy. Have a baby by me, baby. Be a millionaire. Is that his song? I think. I can't. Well, anywho's, yeah, so we all know after the Diddy fiasco, a lot of things came up, especially involving Miss Daphne Joy and her relationship with Diddy. So 50 Cent wasn't having that. Some things were said. Daphne went on her social media, exchanged a few words, made a few allegations that has since then been scrubbed from her Instagram account. Now, why are you going to say all those hurtful things and then turn around and delete it? Hmm, I wonder why. So, Mr. Curtis Jackson ended up filing a lawsuit here in Texas in Harris County, and we are going to dive right into it. Let's go. Should have had that pulled up, right? So here we have this Harris County, Texas complaint. He actually is suing her for defamation. We all know that assistant deceased letter was deceased. Starting to be like China. Um, a letter has been sent out since then. It was attached to this complaint, and I will get into it. But let's see exactly what 50 Cent ended up suing her for. All right, I don't have to go over the plaintiffs and the defendant because we know who it is. All right, hopefully you guys can see this. So, in this introduction is always going to describe who, the parties are, so on and so forth, and give you a indication or a synopsis of what this lawsuit is really about. So Jackson is an artist, entrepreneur, and philanthrop philanthropist, I can't even say it, who is widely known professionally as 50 Cent. In late March of this year, Jackson learned that Naves, the mother of his minor son, was alleged in a high profile lawsuit to have been a long-time Lady of the Night worker. Upon learning this information, Jackson decided to take immediate legal action to protect the interests of his minor child, which decisions was publicly reported. In direct response to Jackson's decision to take legal action to protect his son, Narvez, if I am saying that wrong, please let me know, y'all. She retaliated by immediately taking to the internet and publishing multiple defamatory statements on her public Instagram account, which boasts almost 2 million followers, to falsely, and publicly accuse Jackson of rape and physical abuse during their prior relationship in a purposeful attempt to, on information and belief, destroy his personal and business reputation, harm Jackson's commercial and business interests, negatively affect his custody case, and prevent him from seeing his minor son. Navra's claims are false. Given the serious nature of the public statements made concerning Jackson, a world famous celebrity, I'm just going to call her Miss Joy. Miss Joy's Instagram post quickly reached its desired impact and went viral across social media and internet at large. Moreover, Daphne Joy's false accusations have been republished. That means reposted countless amount of times and covered extensively by wide-reaching, reputable publications such as People and USA Today, among others. As apparently intended by Navarez, and it's not Navarez, Miss Joy, Jackson has been subject to extensive public ridicule, hatred, and contempt, with members of the public calling for Jackson to be canceled or thrown in the trash, and going so far as to praise prior attempts on his life. This is crazy. You see how damaging words can be on the internet. Jackson brings this action for defamatory pro se, per se, I'm sorry, in order to vindicate his rights and his protection and protect his reputation from Miss Joy's calculated attack, and to enjoin Miss Joy's to take down and remove defamatory statements from her Instagram account and other public platforms where they may exist. Um, there, okay, if I show you guys the docket, I don't want to do that because I have to log in and all the other stuff. There has been no movement on the docket. It just shows the complaint that was filed and it shows that she was properly served. Now, remember, we talked about the civil complaint process. So either I'm thinking because she removed that one post where she accused him of everything, they probably had mediation. Now, mediation is not going to show up on the court docket. It just all depends, but it's never going to show up. That's usually in a scheduling order, but you can do mediation at any time. So that is probably why she went ahead and removed it because he asked her to in this particular complaint. Jackson also seeks money damages, including punitive and exemplary damages for the severe harm intentionally caused by Joy's false and defamatory statements and her malice and unlawful actions, in addition to those damages presumed to flow from defamation per se. Prior to commencing this action, Jackson provided Ms. Joy multiple opportunities to correct, clarify, and or retract her defamatory statements at to no avail. Mind you, this was filed back in May, and here we are in July. So a lot could have happened behind the scenes. We just don't know. Let's see. I didn't even know that he lived in Texas. That's crazy. Statements of facts. So Jackson and Miss Joy's relationship. Jackson and Joy began a romantic relationship in or around 2011. The pair shared a son together who was born in 2012. Although Jackson and Joy continued to co-parent their child, their romantic relationship ended more than a decade ago in 2013. The public Sean Combs litigation. On or around March 25th, 2024, an amended complaint was filed in the case captioned Jones versus Combs, that's the Rodney Jones case, and specifically named Daphne Joy as a Lady of the Night worker. At that time, Jackson was aware that Daphne Joy had a relationship with Sean Combs, also known as Diddy, but it was not until the amended complaint was filed in the Combs litigation that Jackson learned the full extent and nature of their relationship. The amended complaint, among other things, named Daphne Joy as one of Combs' Lady of the Night workers who received a monthly stipend from Combs. Specifically, the pleadings in the Combs litigation state in relevant part as follows. According to Plaintiff Jones, defendant Sean Combs bragged about having several women on a monthly stipend. According to Plaintiff Jones, the women who received these payments are Carisha Romika Brownlee, aka Young Miami, Jade Rami, aka Jade, and Daphne Joy Cervantes Narvaz, aka Daphne Joy, who were paid a monthly fee to work as Mr. Combs' Lady of the Night workers. Based on information and belief, they received a payment via wire transfer from Robin Greenhill. It is unclear if they were provided the appropriate United States federal tax documents for these payments or if they independently declared these payments on their taxes. This is the second time that we are seeing something where Diddy is not providing these people with, their what you get at the end, W-2s or 1099s. Jackson decided to take legal action to protect his son. Upon learning of the trouble allegations in Combs' litigation, Jackson came to the reasonable conclusion that it was not in his child's best interest for Joy to have full custody. As a result, Jackson decided to take legal action to protect his son. Jackson's decision to take legal action to protect his son and the reasons for it became public in a matter of days and were well covered on March 28, 2024. For example, US Weekly published an article 50 Cent is going for sole custody of his son with Daphne Joy after she was named in daily lawsuit exclusive. The article states it relevant part, given the latest developments and news of Daphne Joy involvement in the Diddy lawsuit, 50 Cent is going for sole custody of his son. On March 28th, 2024, Complex published a similar article, 50 Cent reportedly seeking custody of his son after ex Daphne Joy was accused of being Diddy's Lady of the Night worker. All right, so now Joy retaliates with false and malicious written statements. On March 28, 2024, immediately after Jackson's decision to take legal action to protect his son was made public, Joy directly false and defamatory statements to Jackson in Texas by publishing false and malice statements concerning Jackson in an Instagram story on her public Instagram account at Daphne Joy to her almost 2 million followers, including to Texas followers. You know, everything, there's a lot of people in Texas, so you can't be walking down the street and you looking at your Instagram and then you look up and you see 50 Cent, like, oh, nah, you dog. Daphne Joy then removed and reposted the false and malicious claims as a static post, the defamatory post, that's what we're going to call it from now, on her Instagram account, which posts include false and defamatory statements about Jackson as follows. I cannot see that, but they just pointed out right here. Let's put the real focus on your true evil actions of graping me and physically abusing me. So this is the defamatory post that she posted on Instagram and has then, well, as of what, I don't even know, a couple of days before, she has since moved that particular post from her Instagram account. All right, so this is the full post. So in full, the defamatory post states, Curtis James Jackson. Boy, she didn't put the whole government name out there. Everything is a joke to you until our safety is compromised, which is happening now. You are wreaking real havoc, frenzy, and chaos onto people's lives. How would you feel if Sire was the one in handcuffs? For nothing. We moved to New York to give you the opportunity to be a father to your son, and you saw him 10 times out of the 2 years we lived 1 mile away from you. I am tired of upholding and protecting an image to our son that you have never even earned. Let's put the real focus on your true evil actions of graping me and physically abusing me. You are no longer my oppressor, and my God will handle you from this point on. You have permanently damaged the last hope I had for you as a father to preserve our family with these last and final false claims made against me. You have broken our hearts for the last and final time. Joy published defamatory posts in order to, on information and belief, retaliate against him for making the decision while in Texas to protect his son and to destroy his reputation, injure Texas-based commercial and business interests, and harm Jackson's custody case. It is no coincidence that the defamatory post was published immediately after Jackson's decision to take legal action to protect his son was made public. As of the date of this complaint, which was in May, the defamatory post had over 22,000 likes from her followers and the public. Following the publication of the defamatory post on her account, countless media outlets published articles repeating her false malice and defamatory allegations, including People, Page 6, USA Today, and Daily Mail. Oh my gosh. The defamatory post was unsurprisingly gone viral on social media and the internet, subjecting 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 Jackson to a barrage of horrendous online comments. By way of example, on one Reddit thread alone, numerous hateful comments concerning Jackson has already surfaced, including, "We never need to hear from him ever again, ever." My favorite tweet about him I've seen is, "I can see why someone shot this or pow pow this MFer 9 times. Cancel that POS. I don't understand his appeal. Itty human being. And another day, another abuser. Throw them all in the trash." Such comments uh, evidence how the defamatory post has damaged Jackson's reputation as intended. And the damage was not fleeting. It continues to this day. On April 17, 2024, the Daily Mail published an article, Daphne Joy dons thongs bikini for shoot in LA after being named as Diddy's Lady of the Night worker and accusing baby daddy 50 Cent of rape and physical abuse. Joy's calculated plan to ruin Jackson's ability to obtain custody of their child appears to be having the desired effect. Public comments have surfaced in response to her defamatory posts, uh, denigrating Jackson's ability to parent, including he beats women and is involved with shady characters, so maybe he should lose custody. How about that? The defamatory post is unequivocal. Unequivocal. It is false. Defamatory post is false. Jackson did not grape or physically abuse Daphne Joy. Sorry, drinking some water. I've been reading all day. Unequivocally. There we go. In publishing the defamatory post, Daphne knew that her statements were false. She knows that Jackson did not grape or physically abuse her, yet she knowingly published the false statements to her almost 2 million followers on Instagram and public at large, which publication was directed at Jackson in Texas at his numerous business, commercials, and charitable interests in this state. She published defamatory posts without justification, excuse, privilege, and without an intent to speak out on the matter of public concern. Instead, based on information and belief, she published defamatory posts and refuses to remove it out of sheer hatred and ill will towards Jackson, and with the intent to harm Jackson's commercial and business interests in Texas, destroy his reputation, harm his custody case, and prevent him from seeing his minor son. The post has already caused significant damages to Jackson's reputation and has exposed him to hatred, contempt, and ridicule. As of this date of the complaint, the defamatory post and subsequent media and internet attention to it continue negatively mislead the public about Jackson to detriment of his valuable reputation, including his Texas commercial and business interests. I know that she removed the post from Instagram, but I'm very curious to see if the magazine articles or the online articles that actually reposted it, if they are going to take those down too. I'm gonna do some research and see. And publishing the defamatory post with the knowledge of its falsity, and not taking down or removing the defamatory post as of the date of this petition, her actions were and remain so egregious. Oh my gosh, I'm like, what is that? As to the warrant the imposition of punitive damages. I just heard a noise and got scared. On April 2nd, 2024, Jackson's counsel served a written notice requesting that she retract and correct the defamatory post. A true copy of the April 2nd letter is attached here too, and that's the letter that they sent. So, I mean, at the end of the day, as we know, a couple of days before, she removed it. So I think they mediated. I really do. A receipt of such pre-suit notice was acknowledged by counsel for Daphne Joy, and more than 30 days have elapsed since the notice was sent, but she refused to retract, amend, archive, and correct her false defamatory statements. Despite the notice letter and subsequent conversations between Jackson's counsel and her counsel, she still had not retracted and corrected the defamatory post, and therefore on April 20th, Jackson's counsel wrote to her counsel and again requesting that she retract or correct the defamatory post. And another letter was sent out on April 20th. Let's see. So this is just pretty much saying that they made numerous requests. So they sent out a demand letter first and said, "Hey, if you don't do this, we're going to file suit." Then they sent out another letter as like, "This is your last and final attempt before we file a lawsuit." And then because I'm not sure anywhere else, but I know in Texas you got to send out a demand letter before you file suit, and you have to show proof. Two demand letters are good, and that's what you can bring, as evidence showing that you did try to mediate this outside of in the pre-litigation phase. Let's see. Let's see. So instead, this is what she did. So instead, through her counsel, responded to the pre-suit notice sent under the Texas Defamation Mitigation Act by demanding that Jackson pay millions of dollars in unspecified legal fees and withdraw his custody suit in return for taking down the defamatory post. So she was asking for him to not only pay her and the legal fees, but withdraw your custody suit. Um, yeah. And if you do that, then I'll take down this defamatory post. That is wild. Such demands are neither grounded in fact nor law and are extremely toward exactly. That doesn't make sense. It is now clear that she will not take it down, archive, remove, retract, or correct the defamatory post without judicial intervention. Let's see. So here are the counts: defamation. She made the post. She has almost 2 million followers, and people reposted. They commented and said all these horrible things about our boy. Yeah. And that's pretty much it on here. Let me see. Yeah, Jackson no way approved the false and malicious statements published by Daphne Joy. Everything that she pretty much published was untrue. And that caused a lot of, harm, ridicule, everything towards 50 Cent. Let's see. Trying to see what else. That is pretty much it. So she made the defamatory post about Jackson with knowledge of his falsity, did so willfully and with malice, and has not taken it down or removed the defamatory post from her Instagram account as of the date of this petition, notwithstanding multiple requests that she do so. And Jackson is entitled to, in addition to any other damage in amounts, an award of punitive and exemplary damages. So we know for a fact, and I'm going to make sure that I pull up this so we can see. Normally I don't get into how you spell Daphne? Get into the like updates and all this good stuff, but I want to show this so we can at least see. Yeah, so you guys can see this. Um TMZ. I guess I'll go to TMZ. So it shows Daphne Joy deletes 50 Cent's grape abuse claim amid defamation lawsuit. So we all read in the lawsuit that he sent out 2 demands requesting for her to um, remove the post. Then she responds to the last demand saying, okay, I need you to pay me and withdraw your custody suit. And then I'll think about removing the post. And so now the post is gone. So I believe that they settled in mediation. Now she did remove the post, but I'm curious as to how much 50 Cent got out of that. Let's see. So it says a source close to Daphne Joy is providing some clarity, telling Team Z she deleted the grape allegation post in attempt to smooth things over with 50 Cent for the sake of their son. It appears 50 Cent has taken down his post about Daphne. So I'm sure it went to mediation. And this, so the mediator is before an attorney, and they go back and forth and say, okay, this is what this side present, do you accept or deny? And then they go to the other party and say the same thing. So I'm pretty sure they came to an agreement. Let's see. Interesting development between Daphne Joy and 50 Cent. She scrubbed her social media posts accusing him of grape amid the rapper's ongoing lawsuit over that very post. Here's the deal. Daphne, the mother of 50 Cent's son Sayer, publicly accused the rapper of graping and physically abusing her in a March 28th Instagram post. 50 Cent immediately denied the claim and then in May sued her for defamation. So this was the deleted post. Now Daphne post has been deleted from her official IG account. It is unclear exactly when she took it down or why, but it is gone. Sources familiar with this situation tells TMZ Daphne removing the post has nothing to do with the 50 Cent's lawsuit. We're told that there's no settlement and he's moving forward with the case. I don't know. Like, she moved some things, he moved some things. And so I can only allege, in my opinion, I strongly believe that they mediated this case. You can't tell me otherwise. So I'm gonna keep an eye out on the docket to see if any mediation information is going to be filed in the court. Because I think, my personal opinion, I really think that they mediated this case, and that's why. Yeah. So that's interesting. So I wanted to bring that to you guys and kind of, this Diddy stuff is wild. It's bananas. But 50, we already know the relationship between 50 Cent and Sean Combs. So I mean, immediately as when they mentioned her name in that lawsuit, 50 said, I'm coming for you. I am coming for you, and she got scared and she thought that she was going to hurt him by putting some damaging information out there, which is wild. Like, those were some strong accusations or whatever you want to call that to put on this man. I have never really heard anything about 50 Cent ever. At least I don't go looking for it, but he's not somebody that you really see in the limelight for negative reasons. He's always clowning on Diddy for what Diddy has been doing, but that's well deserved. But anyways, tell me what y'all think about this lawsuit. Oh, you know what? The letter that actually the letter that was attached to it is not really relevant because she took the post down, but that's all it was just a demand letter saying, hey, if you do not take this post down, then we're going to move with litigation. That's all it is. So tell me what you guys think about that. Do you think that they mediated? Do you think that he's continue forwarding? Do you think that he's going to get paid out of this settlement? Comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, y'all be blessed, and I'm out.